All right, let's talk about Devin Haney and his tweet that he put out right there, basically telling George Kambosos that he's down for whatever, vaccine, travel, whatever it is that you're asking for. I'm willing to do it. Let's go ahead and make this fight, as we have heard Devin Haney said before. It's no secret that George Kambosos doesn't have the same energy that he had in the beginning. And now he seems to be switching it up. He seems to be backing out. He seems to be coming up with excuses. He seemed to be creating goalposts and moving goalposts and all that stuff. And we just got to keep it honest and, just straight truthful here. George Kambosos never had any intention on fighting Devin Haney. That was all just talk. That all that tough guy Sparta stuff, that was all just talk for George Kambosos. He wasn't no serious about it. Then Lomachenko was serious about it. And Lomachenko wasn't no serious about it. Then Teofimo Lopez was serious about it. This is what we know, okay? George Kambosos is talking about he's waiting on an offer from Eddie Hearn. Don't know if Eddie Hearn sent it. Don't know if he has it. But I do know this. If all George Kambosos is waiting on is a contract from Eddie Hearn, then there's no reason to go out and try to downplay Devin Haney as an opponent if it is somebody who you are considering fighting. Okay, the fact that you're downplaying him as an opponent and it went from I want to fight whoever the best is to he's got to be entertaining lets you know everything in itself. Okay, it was never his intention. He was never going to do it. Hence, he feels he will lose to Devin Haney and just not willing to take that gamble on it. But if George Kambosos really want to stand out, if he really want to, be the king of the lightweights, you do something that the person before you was afraid to do and the person before them was afraid to do. Okay? Lomachenko didn't want to fight Devin Haney. That's why he gave his belt to him. Okay? Teofimo Lopez didn't want to fight Devin Haney. Okay? Now, you come into the picture, you seem like a person who want to fight the best, who don't want your undisputed claim to be disputed. So it looks like you want to go out there and you want to clean that up. You know what I'm saying? Clean up the mess that Lomachenko made. But yet, he just talks a good game, but he's not really about that because that's not really what he wants at the end of the day. Because I don't know how fighting somebody who lost to the person you just beat adds to your legacy or adds to anything that you're doing. If anything, Lomachenko offers you nothing. At least Devin Haney clears up the whole disputed claim where you could just be undisputed. Now, if you just want to be called a unified champion, you go ahead and fight Vasily Lomachenko. Leave Devin Haney alone. You know what I'm saying? But to the real hardcore boxing fans, we would like to see who is an undisputed lightweight. And we know the only way you're going to do that is you got to go meet Devin Haney. Regardless if Mauricio Suleiman has demoted his belt from the WBC champion to a Pride champion, all the real boxing fans know that you got to go see Devin Haney. If you do not, your undisputed claim will forever be disputed. Okay? That defeats the purpose of becoming undisputed. So it can't be disputed, but now it is disputed. So if you don't mind calling yourself a unified champion, then ain't nothing wrong with what you're doing. But if you think you're going to walk around and call yourself a undisputed champion without fighting Devin Haney, it's not going to fly to the real boxing fans. So you either do what you think casuals want done, or you do what the real boxing fans want done. Now, calling a fighter boring at the same time claiming you're waiting for a contract, it don't sound like you really care if you'll get that contract or not. And the crazy thing is, you called Devin Haney boring, but Lomachenko's been called boring. Okay? Devin Haney is a 12-round fighter. Lomachenko is a 12-round fighter. And at least Devin Haney offers you something. Lomachenko don't offer you nothing. Okay? He needs just to be honest and say, look, I want to get as much money. I want to parlay these belts, and I want to get as much money while I got these belts while I can. Now, the question you need to ask yourself is, well, why would he pick Lomachenko then? because they say Lomachenko is a draw over Devin Haney, so it's not a duck. Okay. Number one, somebody being a draw and somebody being good competition are two different things. But if people say Lomachenko is a draw over Devin Haney, I will politely ask, based on what? Based on what? Lomachenko is a free app, free TV fighter. How long has he been fighting? How many times have he been on pay-per-view? Once, and that was off the coattail of Teofimo Lopez. If it wasn't no Teofimo Lopez, it wouldn't have been no pay-per-view. Period. Okay? So how is Lomachenko a draw when he's never been on pay-per-view? And not only that, we're talking about Kambosos, okay? This is somebody who nobody knew until Teofimo Lopez fought him, okay? Who says that Kambosos is a draw? We don't even know if Kambosos his damn self is a draw. Yeah, you could be a draw in Australia because it's not a lot of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you get the Manny Pacquiao effect. You know what I'm saying? But as far as over here in the States or whatever and whatnot, can you be a draw over here? Because as far as we know, you just somebody that beat somebody. You just somebody who beat the man that we know. That's how we know you. You beat somebody who was the man that we know. That's how we know you. But other than that, nobody knew who the fuck George Kambosos was. Period. So while he's talking about somebody's got to be exciting and somebody's got to be a draw, are you a draw? And if you was a draw, then how come ain't nobody have never heard your ass until Teofimo Lopez? At least I haven't heard of Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure people out there been keeping up with him, training with Pacquiao and stuff like that. But other than that, I've never heard of the dude. So how do we know ourselves that you're a fucking draw? Why you talking about people got to be exciting and people got to be this? Because if you was all that, I'm pretty sure I'd heard something about you, at least not up until you fought Teofimo Lopez. That's just real shit. You know? But this is what I think it is. Because you talk about something being exciting, and I know that George Kambosos is going for the money. But you say, well, how could he be going for the money if he talked about fighting Vasily Lomachenko and you said he's not a draw his damn self? I'm going to tell you why. Because I think ESPN, Bob Arum, and all the handlers behind Vasily Lomachenko will pay George Kambosos handsomely to get Vasily Lomachenko hands back on them belts. They want Vasily Lomachenko to have them belts back. And I think George Kambosos knows that they're willing to pay for it. I think that's why he's really leaning that way. You know, because I think he knows that they'll throw some money at him that he's looking for because they really want them damn belts. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, he's trying to sell them back to him. That's really why he's leaning towards Lomachenko. Because Lomachenko literally offers him nothing but I am the Matrix. That's it. At least Devin Haney can put it into who's undisputed and who's not. So that's what I think is going on with that. And it's pretty clear to see. And if he was really serious about if Kambosos was really serious about fighting Devin Haney, you wouldn't be trying to put him down all the time and try to prove how he's not worthy of fighting you, how he's not entertaining enough, or how this guy is boring and how that guy is boring. Like I said before, that's casual talk. Casuals talk like that. Most real boxing fans don't mind no 12-round fight. If it's a good fight and you ain't holding and all that other shit. You know? But Lomachenko's a 12-round fighter too. But none of these guys want to fight Devin Haney. That's why they created the whole situation. That's why they created a whole new situation, again, with the Pride belt, because they don't want these guys to have to fight Devin Haney. So if you want to do something that impress the hardcore boxing fans, you fight Devin Haney. If you want to be the typical, I'd rather look like I'm the man than actually be the man, then you go ahead and go the Lomachenko route and have them pay you out for them belts. Because 9 times out of 10, you probably lose to Vasily Lomachenko too. But I guess at least they'll pay you what you want. because other than that, these big paydays that you're supposed to have, I don't know who else could give you one. You know, outside of maybe you fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't know where else that you could go that you can get that kind of money. But I do know who's willing to pay that kind of money, because as you can see, the way they lined up Vasily Lomachenko and Kambosos to fight, you can tell that they want him to get them belts back. So I'm pretty sure they're willing to pay for it. And that's basically what it is in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? They want Vasily Lomachenko to get his belts back, and I think they're willing to pay more than what Eddie Hearn to pay and all them other people. I think that's really what the fuck it is at the end of the day. And there's no mistaking, it is a duck. Period. You know? Because I don't watch boxing for you to be on your business shit. I watch boxing to see some competitive shit. You know, so if you want to appeal to the hardcore fans, you fight Devin Haney. If you just want to appear like you the man but not really be the man and have your undisputed be always disputed, then, you know, you go ahead and fight Vasily Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I think both are good fights. You know, I'm interested in both, but I would really like to see somebody fucking fight Devin Haney. I want to see him to fight somebody, you know, that's so-called elite. And then this is the other thing, and this is what I'm going to end it on. At the same time, a lot of people say that Devin Haney ain't fought nobody. But every time he tries to go fight somebody, you guys give him a reason of why he don't deserve a fight with somebody. That's an oxymoron statement. That cancels itself out, okay? You want somebody to fight somebody. So that means when he gets a chance to fight somebody, you need to help scooch that fight along, not shut it down and talk about, no, pick Lomachenko because he's a draw or because he's this. Do you ever want this guy to get some names up under his belt in which you would respect, so when he does ask for other fights, you don't say that he hasn't fought anybody? When you guys say that and these guys go to try to fight somebody and you shut them down, you have no reason talking about who the fuck they have fought, because you don't want them to fight anybody. You'll talk about who they haven't fought, but when they talk about fighting somebody that you would like them to fight, you don't want them to fight him. That's fucking illegal at the end of the day. The kid can only do so much, you know? And that's just my thoughts on that. I'm out.